Yeah, hi Pratik. Hi Pratik. ब्लॉक कर दो. अच्छा. I'm locking the meeting so that no one can enter now. I'll do that. ₹15,000 मांगता है ये अपनी मेंबरशिप के. I'll just lock the meeting now. You can, if anyone will be on the lobby, you can admit it. Fine. I'm blocking. आएगा ही नहीं. I'm locking the meeting. No one can enter without your permission now. Okay.
By the way, it's free, right? It's free. We don't have to buy these things. Sunshine and fresh air. Then fourth is exercise. We have to bear this in mind. Fifth law is sleep and rest. We all need this one because our bodies need to rest. Sixth law is avoiding bodily injury. And the seventh law is building positive mental attitude. Okay, so that ends my presentation. Right? So, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I put it to stop.
Thank you so much.
I hope I'm within the 10 minutes. Okay?
I forgot this. Yeah, I get you.
All right.
Yes, thank you. You were amazing. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Now I would like to call upon our next speaker from Zimbabwe, Patricia Gonde.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, Dr. Pratik, Dr. Uche, all esteemed guests, all participants, all viewers, everyone who worked hard for this event to take place, all protocol observed. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we rejoice in it as we are raising awareness of the 17 SDG goals through sharing, because sharing is caring. The SDG goals that I am going to talk about. It's SDG number 4, it's on quality education. Thank you so much for sharing the PowerPoint. SDG number 4 is on quality education, and the mission statement on quality education is ensuring that there is inclusive and equitable quality education, and by promoting lifelong opportunities for all. You can see there that SDG number 4 on the slide number 1, we have got 17 of the sustainable development goals that have been set by the United Nations that we should achieve by 2030. Now, if we go to slide 2, slide 2 is showing that education should be equitable. Education is a basic human right, and if you look at those children who are there, they are demonstrating about quality education. Its target number 1 is to make sure that every child has got access to education, and if all things were normal, every child would have access to education, which is the target. But is this happening in our schools? Is it happening in our country? And According to UNESCO, it says about 8 out of 10 of world's poorest children are missing out on education because of lack of funding. What are we doing in our countries? What are we doing in our communities? How many students right now are sitting at home in our own homes, in our own homes, in our own community, in our own countries? What are we doing as social activists? We are promoting SDG number 4. What are we doing to help those children in our communities? As Malala Yousafzai says, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. Each and every one of us here can change the world if we take care of that child who is sitting at home, who does not have any access to education. Action starts with us, educators. Help that one child in your community. It will help a lot of children. Suppose if each and every one of us here was to help each and every child, how many of us are here? We are over 70. How many children will we be helping? Now, slide number 3. Thank you. I'll be going so fast because of the time. Thank you. Slide number 3 is showing the number of pupils out of school in my country, Zimbabwe. And this is against the fact that the country is working toward the country is working towards SDG 4 of providing universal and free education. Last year alone, there were about 402,190 pupils out of school. What made those children to be out of school? So many factors were at play here, but chief among them was COVID-19.
Hello, Michelle, can you hear me? Please, someone
Yes.
who is Isaac? Isaac, stop sharing your screen. Isaac, stop sharing your screen. Patricia, you can reshare your screen now, please.
All right, I think it's Dr. Pratik who was sharing for me.
Okay. I think it's going to, someone shared his screen. Who is this person? Who is Othilia Isaac? Stop sharing your screen.
All right. I don't know whether I can move on without the PowerPoint. Let me try also if I can share.
Try and see if you
from
can
my
share. Who is that Isaac?
Now you can share. Now you can start sharing once.
Okay, it's all right. Dr. Pratik, I shared.
Yes, I'm already sharing, but someone is sharing another screen. I don't know who is there.
Isaac.
You can share now.
I request Dr. Naveen, please remove that guy who is sharing the screen. Please remove that person, please.
I can do one thing for the further development, that I'm making everyone as attendee so that no one will be able to share the screen before his turn, and then they will get a chance. Dr. Uche, then we can make a presenter. Is that okay?
Yes.
So I'm making everyone attendee so that no one can share. Just wait for a minute.
Yes, please. Thank you. Just wait for a minute, Patricia.
All right, it's okay. You can share for me. Sorry. Thank you.
Dr. Pratik and Uche, please raise your hand so that I can just find you very.
Hello?
Dr. Pratik, just raise your hand.
Yes, it's written DH committee head. Thank you. Let me raise my hand. Sorry, using the.
Just wait, Patricia. Just wait a minute.
Dr. Uche, please make you raise your hand.
I'm sharing Patricia's PPT. Okay.
You can share. You can start. Now,
Yes,
no,
yes.
Okay,
nobody can now share the screen.
Yes, I'm sharing this. Is it visible now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just tell me.
I was on number 3.
Okay.
Yes.
Done.
Thank you. So slide number 3 is showing the number of pupils out of schools in Zimbabwe right now. And despite the fact that the country is working towards sustainable development goal of providing universal and free education to all by the year 2030. If you look at the data closely, about 402,190 people were out of school. So many factors here were at play because of COVID-19, that was one of them. And last year alone, about 9,500 schools were closed. When COVID-19 struck in 2019, it exposed our unpreparedness in disaster management. It exposed our structural inadequacy. If you look, 95% of our learners lost 8 months of learning. They only attended school during our third semester, which started in October, November, and December. Slide number 3. Next slide. Alright, slide number 4 is now. Sorry, slide number 4.
I don't know what's happening. Someone has again.
Right, okay. Slide number 4 is showing us about, let me just talk and then maybe it will come later because of time. It's showing us about the target about equal access and quality education to everyone. If you look at this, if the slide comes up, you will see that there's a difference between quality. Yes, everyone has access to education, but is it quality education? Is there equity? If you look at the quotation that's there from Kailash Satyarthi, it says equity is being compromised due to the privatization of education, and education now has become a commodity.
Hello?
Those who can afford to
आप
buy
कोई
it,
अपने आप को unmute ही नहीं कर सकता.
those who cannot sell it make money out of it. If we look at our children,
नहीं वो
right
क्या
now,
होता है कि कोई भी
yes,
स्क्रीन शेयर करने लगता है ना तो दैट हैपेंस. अब कोई अपने आप को म्यूट, हाँ, जैसे मान लो कि आपने स्लाइड शेयर की है, मैंने ऊपर से कर दी तो वो शेयर हो जाएगी, लेकिन अब नहीं होगा ऐसा. अब आप क्या करेंगे, जिसको भी आपको प्रेजेंटर बनाना है उसके नाम पे क्लिक करके उसको प्रेजेंटर बनाओगे तो ही वो बोल सकता है और तो ही वो स्क्रीन शेयर कर सकता है. हाँ, उसका नाम उसको बोल देना, रेज हैंड कर लेगा तो आपको नाम ऊपर दिख जाएगा. ठीक है, so tomorrow we will follow this way only.
There should not be any discrimination in education.
कैमरा सबका ऑन है, कैमरा.
We have seen institutions discriminating along racial lines. They discriminate according to age, according to ethnicity, let alone disability and the social status. That's why now you see that some children who are in private schools right now in Zimbabwe, all schools are closed. Most of the schools, government schools, are closed because we were on lockdown and they are only opening on the 17th. But from the 10th, all private schools were open. So you see now there is discrimination according to what? to social status. So, as educators, are we change makers? Are we using education as a weapon of change? Let's go to the next slide. So digital divide is affecting our education. We must rethink. We must go back to the drawing board and rethink about education, because if you look at that, they have and they have not. There is a tug of war between them. Obviously, those who have right now are getting access to education. Those who do not have, those who are in marginalized communities
Hello,
are
Hanji.
not able to access that type of education. Like
आपने स्लाइड शो मोड नहीं किया हुआ ना?
The digital gap is further widening.
नहीं किया ना? नॉर्मल मोड में हो. F5 दबाओ.
Our government has to come up with policies.
आ गया? पूरी स्क्रीन पे आ गया?
Tailor-made policies that matches what is on the ground. There is need for.
नहीं मुझे पूरा दिख रहा है.
And due to income losses, some parents lost some jobs and some children cannot access education. How are we going to help them? This needs the corporate world. There should be industries opened, and also those parents should be equipped so that they can also be self-employed and make sure that their children are going to schools. And then the next slide, sorry, I have to rush because of time. The next slide, I think I've got only 2 left. Framing education. So our education system has been shattered. Look at that lens. We can put in the little pieces together if we come together as global collaborators, come up with long-term solutions, and we help each other to reframe education to suit our present situation. We need to look at the bigger picture. I think you can click again there. If you look at that slide, there is a Titanic ship sinking. And when the Titanic ship sank, what did the journalists say? They didn't report some of the papers. They didn't report about the Titanic ship sinking. They reported that a dandy man was drowned in the accident. So we need to think beyond the brick and mortar. We need to look at the bigger picture and come up with solutions so that we can reframe education and it can help every child in the world. Now, next slide, please. Thank you, Dr. Pratik. Next slide. Okay, that's the Titanic ship sinking. We should look at the bigger picture. Then the next slide, the last slide. Thank you so much. We have to restore education. We have to restore hope. This can only happen when we sit down with the different stakeholders. We need to put on our navigators, our GPS, and change the course of education. We need to transform education. See through the broken lens that digital education is the only way to go now. And then because of the new trends in education, there is a paradigm shift from where we were.
डॉक्टर पूछे तो यूज करती है टीम्स. Just wait. Just wait. I'll do. I'll tell you. I'll send the screenshot. हाँ वो हो सकता है. ठीक है. I'll just tell you the screenshot. ठीक है.
in relevant topics. This one is going to personalize the learning tools to a learner setup. We can also look at another side of the robots and other technological tools which are going to make a class more lively, like gaming. A learner can engage in games that are educationally related, like Kahoot. Kahoot, which can give a very nice data collection from a teacher side, and also as the learner is trying to play the game, is also trying to learn.
Victor, sorry to disturb you. You can share the screen.
Sorry, thank you. Yeah, is it visible?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I hope you got a right to share.
Okay, let me continue.
I hope you got a right to share the screen. I think your internet speed is not up to the mark. Just check. You can share easily now.
Yeah, it is sharing up.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay.
Go ahead. First. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, I was somewhere around here. Now, I was thinking about the virtual classes, and also the gamification of the Kahoot, whereby the teacher is able to get the direct impact of the learner's performance from a certain game. So that one, we can see that it is also an important technological tool that is going to be used in education. Not to an end, but in itself. So the promise of educational technology lies. I wonder what the educators and how it's going to be used to support the students' learning course. From my screen here, I can talk about the effective technological integration, whereby we need, number one, a very good trained personnel under technology, because you cannot get a person who doesn't know how to operate a gadget to go and train learners using the same gadget in class. So these personnel, most of the teachers, they need to go through severe learning systems so that they can have the skills on how to operate these tools. To have access to network, so we need to look at those marginalized sites. They cannot be having a challenge. So it is good if we say like the country is able to trickle down and offer some of the services like these gadgets, that is the softwares and the hardwares, so that they can be able to be very productive to the school. There's also need for appropriate teaching assessment tools, because now you see, if a learner is learning online and you are evaluating that learner online, you cannot be able to give a direct, evaluation which is demanding a one question answer. So it needs a provocative way in which this learner is going to make even more research, to think more critically. There's also under a technical assistance, we can need some of the IT experts so that they can help in such kind of a field. Under the umbrella of that, we need to have a shared vision of technology integration. What do we need to achieve after integrating this technology into education? Remember also the standards of the curriculum. Technology, it is on each phone. We also have a curriculum on each phone. So there's a way that this technology has to be implemented so that it suits into the curriculum without deviating into the policies and the standards. There are also policies which are being required, starting from the Ministry of Education and even from the government. There's also need of even an institution to look into such kind of a program. That is from the effective. So, talking about the current innovations in technology, I can rush very fast. We have so many, but literally I've tried to take it to research on the key ones, starting with the digital libraries. Now that our learners in the recent past have been carrying very heavy textbooks to school, now it is very high time they can carry software books into class, which are not very bulky. A student can carry a tablet or a laptop to school and can be able to use that one to store all the learning materials, the reference materials for learning. There is also an issue of virtual laboratories. Virtual laboratories, we find out that this is a program which has been built up so that it can help the learners. Mostly in secondary school, they perform a lot of practicals. And you get that these practicals, they are very costly. Building a laboratory is very costly also. So under the virtual laboratories, an institution is able to save on the amount of money it is able to purchase on the reagents and building the laboratories over the virtual laboratory. So this one, it is going to minimize the wastage of resources and also building up the skills of a learner, though they have to go through a thorough class training so that they can be able to conduct such kind of practicals. There's also an issue of STEAM. To be more specific, because I'm a science teacher, so I can say that I can specifically emphasize on STEM. That is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Because these three cannot start without the essence of an art. So we realize that there is a need for our learners to engage in some of the exploratory methods. For example, like a learner can be able to think of some specific projects that is able to come up and be able to solve some problems in a community. And that one is not only going to learn, but it's also going to be a source of employment, personal employment to him or her. It's also, most in my country, I've seen it harnessing what they call the competence-based learning curriculum, whereby this one is more of a learner-centered. So, what is the society? What does the society need? And how do our children? How do we need our children to end up in the nearby future? So, the essence of incorporating what is happening in the real society and in education should be very factual, because as a learner needs to perform such kind of activities in order to familiarize with the upcoming society. There's also need of embracing ICT in school integration, whereby a teacher can teach using projectors, which is going to enable to teach a very large lot of learners, and also it is going to minimize on the cost efficiency of the stationery, for example, the chalks. You know, it is very embarrassing when you are going home and you are very dusty. No one is understanding, but it's only you and your God. So through such kind of technology, a learner is able to embrace, because we find out that learners, they get more stimulated towards technological issues.
Could you please, TikTok, could you please summarize? We are running out of time, please.
Come to the conclusion.
Yeah, I'm concluding. I'm at the last point. Now, I was talking about the research-based learning, whereby a learner is supposed to go more of research so that they incorporate the skills that he has learned in class and the real life situation. And with that, I wish to end it there, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. You can stop sharing now. The next speaker that we call upon the stage is a Professor Azra, all the way from Iran. Are you there?
Yes, I am here.
What a easy Iran.
Could you please stop? Okay, could you please stop sharing your screen, Victor? Okay.
Dr. Chan, maybe you are trying to share my screen.
Of course, you can share your screen now.
Yes, yes. Sorry.
Is
It's coming. It's coming up.
okay. Is
Not yet. It's trying to come up.
that visible?
No.
Maybe you share that picture. I stopped the sharing.
Stop sharing and share again.
Yes.
Stop.
Yes. I stopped it. Is visible now?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, is possible to share my presentation? Check.
Yeah, I can hear you. Maybe you can just forward it either Facebook, WhatsApp,
Yes.
or you can post it on.
Yeah.
I've already made you a presenter. I don't know why you're unable to share your screen. I've already made you a presenter.
And now it's possible is visible picture.
I have pasted the steps to how to share the screen, so you can just refer to the image.
Please try again now.
Okay, I tried. I shared it, but not showing in the screen. Not correct. I don't know why.
Do one thing, just stop your video and then share. First stop your video. Due to the network, I think.
Wait.
Now it's okay. I will continue my talk.
Hello.
May I continue this time?
Yeah, go ahead. You can share your screen now.
Okay. I shared it. I think it is not visible yet.
just send me your PPT. Just WhatsApp me your PPT. Okay. And yes, please just WhatsApp me your PPT. I'll share it for you.
Okay. Okay, I'm saying. I said, Dr. Chair, I don't know your number.
Meanwhile, you can call another speaker, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. So our next will go back. Yes.
Okay. SDG is the road to global green teaching. And to understand the world around us, access to basic education is crucial. Through quality education, people's academic ability to listen and critically reflect about reality and make informed choices about their life. This goal also seeks to improve the school facilities, increase the number of training and vocational opportunities, and increase the number of trained teachers available to provide a safe learning environment. Education is essential to achieve many of sustainable development goals. Quality education helps to reduce inequalities and reaches gender equality. Also, it leads to healthier and more sustainable life and
Maybe the network is poor. So we can. Hello?
She has joined from two devices. One is from mobile, I think one is from desktop.
Well, that's why this problem is.
It's from her. I've already added her as a presenter, and I don't know why. She's having a technical. She's using two devices.
So maybe we have made a presenter for the mobile device, not to the mobile. That's why she is not able to share maybe.
Okay. She's using two devices as well. Okay.
Hello?
Hello. Are you back? Let's take the next speaker.
You can have her again.
yeah, my connection problem are joined by my mobile. I have connection problem. Sorry.
Can understand?
Joined by my mobile.
Can
Okay.
you share your screen from your mobile? Can you share your screen from your mobile?
Let me have seen. I will try. Okay.
You're using two devices. It's like I made you a presenter on your mobile while you are using your system. That's why.
Because Dr. Chair, I had connection problem. I wanted to have two devices to join.
Okay.
I will continue, but it is not work for me. I will continue by my thought. In 2020, as the COVID-19 pandemic spread across the globe, a majority of countries announced the temporary closure of schools, impacting more than 91% of students worldwide. As by April 2020, close to 1,600,000,000 children and youth were out of school. To protect the well-being of children and ensure they have access to continued learning, UNESCO in March 2020 launched the civil society organizations, media and IT partners to design and deploy innovative solutions. Together they help countries tackle content and connectivity gaps.
facilitate inclusive learning opportunities for children and youth during the period of sudden educational disruption. The educationalists and developmental organizations around the world place emphasis on the need for quality education and are stressing the need and uniting people towards achieving the goal. For educating a smaller group of people within the community to spreading awareness about the rising global issues. Educated people can work in an array of ways to achieve goals. Around the world, there has been a substantial effort to get more kids to school. As a result, millions of children are back in the classroom where they belong, but that doesn't tell whole story. Many students are stuck in broken education system where their time spent in school doesn't equal their time spent learning. It's time for this to change. How do we do this? By providing access not just to education but quality education.
Hello, Professor Azra, is he there?
Hello, Dr.
Are you
Ruchi.
there? Yeah?
She is facing lot of internet issues and
Let's proceed to the next.
let's proceed with Laura. Our next speaker is from Romania, Miss Laura Sanchu. Allow her to speak.
Hello.
It is not ready with that presentation. We have
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry. Aim to ensure inclusive and
Sorry, Azra, you are having
Laura, if you are having lot of internet issues, please come to the conclusion.
Okay, is the speaker from Romania, is she here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Laura, you can share your screen.
She is not allowed to share the screen. She just
No.
raise your hand so that I can make you presenter.
Raise your hand, please.
Raise your hand, please.
yes.
Miss Laura Spencer.
Yes, I raised my hand.
Oh,
Okay, so.
Okay, now you are a presenter.
I think I can. All right. Can you see the screen?
Yes, it's coming.
Yes,
Yes.
So it's visible, right? And the slides are moving. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. You can proceed.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, greetings everyone, distinguished speakers. I'm honored and privileged to be part of this grand international conference, and I wish to express my gratitude to the organizers of this event for giving me this opportunity. My name is Laura Stanciu and I'm a teacher at Școala Superioară Comercială Nicolae Crețulescu from Romania. Before beginning my presentation, allow me to congratulate the organizers for bringing so many speakers together in a discussion about the topic which is so important nowadays, SDGs. And I will be presenting my vision as an educator. Sustainable Development Goal 4 is about quality education and is among the 17 Sustainable Development Goals established by the United Nations in September 2015. The full title of SDG 4 is Ensure Inclusive and Equitable and Quality Education and Promote Lifelong Learning Opportunities for All. Our developing world should provide equal learning chances and quality education in all the corners of the world. Still, there are places where children are out of school and are not learning basic skills. These children will always be a few steps behind. as they don't begin their lives with the same advantages and from the same starting point. And it will be a lot more difficult for them to achieve the same goals. Their journey will have more struggles and obstacles to overcome. And although some of these children will manage to defeat all these challenges and turn their story into one of success, these stories are very rare. The majority of these children will not benefit of the education they deserve, and they will not reach their full potential. They will not have the chance to bring their contribution and become valuable members of society. This is one of the situations where we see clearly that SDGs are interconnected. SDG 4, quality education, is linked to SDG 1, zero poverty, SDG 2, zero hunger, 3, good health and well-being. Because a child who is cold, hungry, or sick, has no money to buy books or notebooks, won't be able to concentrate on learning, as well as a child who does not have these problems. Therefore, SDGs must be addressed together, and we must analyze their connection and their dependence on one another. Sustainable development goals and their implementation have become a global purpose, aiming to build an inclusive, resilient future where equal chances mean that no one is left behind. And SDG 4 intends to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education. Providing quality education is vital for every society. When people are educated, when they are allowed to enhance their skills and expand their knowledge, they can significantly contribute to the well-being of their families and society in various aspects, thus creating a stable and powerful community. SDG 4 has 10 targets, which are measured by 11 indicators. The 7 outcome-oriented targets are free primary and secondary education, equal access to quality pre-primary education, affordable technical, vocational, and higher education, increased number of people with relevant skills for financial success, elimination of all discrimination in education, universal literacy and numeracy, and education for sustainable development and global citizenship. The 3 means of achieving targets are: build and upgrade inclusive and safe schools, expand higher education scholarships for developing countries, and increase the supply of qualified teachers in developing countries. In order to have well-prepared students, we need to offer them learning materials. We need to treat all students equally. We need to have learning spaces in which they feel safe and secure. We need to encourage the students who obtain good results through awards and scholarships. And we also need to encourage the students who achieve poor results, as they need a lot more attention. But they are also the ones who bring a greater satisfaction to their teachers. For these students, every step forward is a great achievement, and thus they need our full support. One of the problems is that many girls are not able or are not allowed to attend school. Target 4.5 states that by 2030, eliminate gender disparities in education and ensure equal access to all levels of education and vocational training for the vulnerable, including persons with disabilities, indigenous people, and children in vulnerable situations. There are many places where girls don't have access to education. There are many barriers to girls being educated that prevent them from reaching their full potential. Gender inequality is a real issue, and many girls are often kept home from school to help with housework or to take care of younger siblings. Child marriage is another terrible reality which this world is facing. Child brides are almost always forced to drop out of school and never go back to studying. As educators, our role goes beyond teaching the subjects written in the textbooks. We should promote equality, empathy, and tolerance, care for our planet, and sustainable living. We should teach students about the importance of values and human rights, and we should empower them to discover their own potential. A teacher's mission should be to inspire, to motivate, to help learners discover their talents, encourage students to reach their true potential, and empower all the learners equally. As Albert Einstein said, everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it was stupid. So each learner needs to be motivated, needs to be guided on his or her way to success. As educators, we must set an example and we must inspire young minds. We must teach our students, our children, our families, and we must try to reach as many people as we can in order to work together for the benefit of the earth. It is our duty to do our part and to empower others to make a change. Fighting for the accomplishment of SDGs should become a main objective in schools and all learning environments. Educators need to shape the minds of the young generations, teach them the meaning and the importance of SDGs for our world and for each community. Those who are now students represent the future of our society, and what will happen to our world is in their hands. We need to offer all students spaces in which to grow and learn, and opportunities to develop and leave their mark on the world. Schools should be peaceful, inspiring, and motivating learning environments, where they can improve their skills, reach their full potential, and become better human beings. When students feel safe and happy among their peers, when they come to school with a smile on their faces, they are more motivated to learn and do their best. Thus, their academic results will improve, and they will create powerful and meaningful friendships and connections with other students. Classes are small communities, and the united community is a strong one, which will have great achievements. As educators, we need to learn how to adapt our teaching process and how to move with the times. This is what education should be. Equal prospects, provide equal learning chances for all the children of the world. Leave no one behind. Dedication. The education system needs teachers who are willing to empower their learners, to educate them and enhance their skills. Educators who make a change through dedication and hard work. Uniqueness. Each learner has their own skill and talent, which need to be discovered and encouraged. Creativity. Let students explore and encourage them to reach their true potential. Access to education for everyone. No discrimination. Teachers are change makers. Their role is to guide, to empower and inspire. The students need well-qualified teachers who loved their profession. Innovation. Use new and challenging techniques to improve learning. Opportunities. Turn challenges into opportunities. And novelty. Rethink lessons. Make the learning experience more enjoyable. And if I can show how our students learn about SDGs.
The video is not audible, okay?
The sound cannot be heard?
Okay, yeah, but it's okay, go ahead, because time is running out.
Because you have not shared the screen along with the sound. When you share, there is an option, include sound.
Okay. Not sure how to do that.
I'll just
to repeat what the students are saying. The world needs our help today.
Okay.
So let's take action, don't delay. So many people live in poverty. Go to bed hungry, don't live normally. They need clean water, they need sanitation. And children need quality education. Okay, and moving on. So this was a poem written by the students. So as Malala said, one child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. To have a better tomorrow, start shaping it today. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that wonderful. Thank you so much, Laura, for that insightful presentation. I think we are going to move to the next presenter. Is Professor Dr.
Elizabeth Lucas from United Kingdom.
Queen, are you here? I'm not sure if she's here.
Okay, so we will call upon next speaker, Dr. Mutmena from Indonesia. Are you there, Dr. Mutmena from Indonesia? Yeah, he is there.
Yeah.
He's there.
Thank you.
Yes, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Other people also.
Happy good day, everyone. Thank you very much for the kindly invitation. Ma'am, Dr. Uche and Dr. Patrick for having me and invite me here. I know my time only 10 minutes. Allow me to share my screen now. I hope this is visible. So thank you so much to all of the wait.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Wait.
Your PPT is on.
Wait. It is visible? Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is visible.
No. Okay. Wait me to make. Oh yeah. Okay, I hope this is visible. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mutmaina. You can call me Nina. I am the lecturer in the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education at my university, Al Azharia Mandarin University, Indonesia. This is some of my national and international organization and also my research ID. So feel free to join me and cite my article over there. Speak about the accelerating digital transformation on educational sector. This is to support the quality of education. As we know that today we have so many challenges during the COVID-19, and also the big one challenge and the issue about the technology, because so many like in Indonesia, in my country, we are in the developing country, and mostly the area in Indonesia, or 50% area in Indonesia, we are in the blind spot. No internet connection, and then no device, no smartphone, and no laptop. How we can do that? That in my motto, that nothing can stop education. So before we are going, what should we do in this COVID scenario? Because until right now we are doing physical distancing and the social distancing. Because of the COVID-19, and then the situation in Indonesia also same with another country. Based on my perception, my opinion, during the COVID-19, actually our education, we are right now growing, not growing, we are going to be a transformation. Let's have a look. There are 5 the highlight issue about the digital transformation on education sector. The first one about injected artificial intelligence in education. I know we are familiar with this software, and then it really help for us when we are in learning and teaching process in the virtual situation, in the virtual classroom. So the next about education transformation by the COVID-19, I think this is one of the benefits of COVID-19. We are familiar with this remote teaching, virtual classroom, distance education, and then we are integration, the technology, the media, so many applications in our learning and teaching process. And we must be adapt with the new habit, new culture, information, communication, and the technology culture. That's why, based on this condition, we must be redesign the curriculum. And also in Indonesia, in my country, right now we are trying to redesign our curriculum into the namely prototype curriculum with the small or with the minimum interaction of. So injected technology and then infuse hybrid or blended learning environment like today in Indonesia, we are still doing blended learning environment. So infuse more digital classroom management. Actually, there are this is triple quantum. I mean that to support the quality education and then to facilitate the student with the 21st-century skill. I think this is a very important today because for the young generation to increase their capacity, their capability. We as education must be cooperate with this triple quantum, namely quantum learning, quantum teaching, and then the quantum technology. The quantum learning, this is we must support the student with the mindset about the way they are learning, they must change today. And then also for the teacher or educator, the way we are teaching, we must change. And the quantum technology, of course, because today we are everything going to be digital, and then as a teacher, we must going to be a digital teacher, and then the student must be going to be a digital learner. So creating digital content, of course, this is a very important. But sometimes we have a problem about there are so many students in the poverty condition, and then they don't have internet connection. But in my country, in Indonesia, we have a policy from our ministry. They give us namely free quota for learning in this COVID-19. And the next about the mobile learning is being digital support. Yeah, we should be, right now we are in this condition and we must be accelerated our learning. But we must understand in the condition today about the integration, the technology. This is not only between a student and a teacher, but also this is covered with everything, our society, our the parents, the family, and the staff and the administrator in our university. So let's check out about the cybergogy. Let me introduce to you, this is one of the theory when we are combined between pedagogy and the technology. But in this cybergogy, not only about we are talking about the pedagogy and the technology itself, but also to support how we are giving, motivate the student about the metacognitive skill to increase their metacognitive skill, knowing how to learn. And the last about digital vaccine, yeah, right now we are in the society 5.0, and then our learning, our education, we are in the evolution, learning education evolution 4.0, and we are in industry revolution 4.0. So also we must be support the student the way they are thinking, must be creativity and doing innovation, collaboration. Let's have a look. I choose this topic based on the background and the phenomenon that actually happening right now about the digital transformation and the Gen Z need. Yeah. That's why, because today's, we are going to be digital, and then we believe that our student, this is not like us. So that's why we must change in the way we are teaching. I think this is very important. So let me remember about this is the 5 Ks, 21 century skill and behavior that the teacher need to think. This is very important. The first one about learning is no longer a solo activities anymore. The teacher is no longer the only person in teaching, and learning is no longer passive. So that's why, based on this test statement, we need to be how to creating and designing our activities in the classroom to make the student more engaged, more motivated, having fun and enjoy in our classroom. Let's have a look one of the strategy here, the model of the teaching. If you wanted to designing your activities, your classroom activities to be fun and enjoyable, this is based on the fun time and learning base. This is by using YouTube content based games, film, and song or gamification. This is based on my research that actually support the fun time and learning based material. This is support the student to increase their 21st century skill in communication skill, collaboration skill, critical thinking skill, and to be creative and innovative. Well, let's check about the digital technology. The first thing to do, we must understanding this is not about how we are use so many tools or so many technology, but we must remember that today we must support the student with the higher order thinking skill. The way they are thinking must be creative and innovative. So the teacher or educator must support with the designing of the activities for the higher order thinking skill related to the Bloom taxonomy. I mean that here we must choose the right action, the right activity, and the right technology. This is, for example, if you want to facilitate your student to support them into the higher order thinking skill, let me introduce to you some of the tools of technology that actually are related to the Bloom taxonomy. Remembering and understanding, I think all of us we are familiar with the technology, but
how she spell?
Choose the right action and the right activities, the right technology to support them into the higher order thinking.
She will raise the hand, will make a presenter.
And then this is the concept of fun time, fun activities, entertainment, and education. And so many we know and we are familiar with this. Tools in gamification, for example, by using Kahoot, quizzes, and then many more. And game-based learning, for example, this is actually effective to engagement for the student behavior, cognitive, and social cultural. Yeah, education and entertainment, I think this is one of the best choice to giving the contribution for the future of education. Yeah, you know that this is a very help for the student to achieve the Bloom taxonomy. And then not only about by using fun time, and some of the research, this is a support about the use ICT or social media, information communication and technology of the social media that used in the classroom as a tool of media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, blog, and YouTube. And this is the example of my classroom when I use Padlet, and then I use artificial intelligence. Just wanna share to you my classroom. Yeah.
Hello.
And then hello. Yeah.
Yes, please come to the conclusion.
Yeah. This is the last.
This
is the last. This is the last. The example by using film, just want to share to you that this is some of the choice or the alternative if you wanted to engage your student in your learning activities. So what about if the student don't have internet connection? This is we can use this the alternative. Yeah, this is for the condition if the student don't have internet connection. So we believe that technology will not replace the teacher, and then we use technology to make our learning and teaching process to be more effective, practical, and efficient. So thank you for having me and listening to me.
Thank you
so much.
It was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to call upon our next speaker, Professor Dr. Luis Cardoso from Portugal. Professor Dr. Luis Cardoso, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon. Greetings from Portugal. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. You can proceed with your presentation, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. pleasure to be here, and I would like to share a presentation. May I share it?
Yeah, you are allowed to share.
Thank you. Going to share it. So is it visible?
Yeah, it's coming. Yes, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to share some ideas about sustainability and development number 4, quality education, and highlight why education is so important nowadays in 21st century for us all worldwide, and most of all because we are dealing with a terrible situation due to COVID-19 crisis that is affecting us all in education. And as Dr. Mutmaida said, technology is helping us a lot during these troubled times. So first of all, we must understand that our educational systems are changing, and we must adapt, we must be flexible, and we must share best practices in events like this one to go ahead with education as our major and most important priority. So, my dear friends and my dear colleagues, of course, we all know that SDG 4 quality education is the basis for going ahead into the 21st century with quality, with knowledge, with values, and with principles. So if we want to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all, we must understand that these are times that require us to take a look at what we have done during the 20th century regarding education, regarding educational principles, and most of all to understand what is needed to go ahead and make some changes to have quality education, but most of all, education for all. So this means that the targets that we all know and that are common to our efforts must not be just a set of words, a set of goals, a set of objectives. This means that these targets must be connected with guidelines from our governments, guidelines from international organizations, in order to go ahead with building up new frameworks for education for the 21st century. And education for the 21st century is all about bringing together persons, educators, teachers, and researchers from all over the world and share ideas in order to build the proper tools to give our students the possibility to go ahead into the labor market with literacies, with skills, with knowledge in order to change the world. So, of course, being the 4th among the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, the SDG 4 quality education has the mission to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and to promote lifelong learning opportunities for all, as we have said. And more than increasing income or securing a job, its main task is to transform the lives of individuals through training and empowerment. So this is why we have to take a look at some of the lessons from the COVID-19 crisis. First of all, inequalities in education were exacerbated by COVID-19. And of course, we all desire inclusive and equitable quality education, but our speed is not the right speed to go ahead with this objective, with this goal. So we must move onwards, but move faster. And as we all know, school closures kept 90% of all students out of school. And course, was a huge challenge for teachers. This means that governments, countries worldwide, must give teachers the opportunity to enhance their skills and knowledges, namely through technological devices, through learning new literacies, new skills, so they can adapt and they can overcome these difficulties with the COVID-19 crisis. Of course, according to the latest study released by the United Nations, access to education has shown positive results, and this is very good. But much work still needs to be done. More than a half of children that have not enrolled in school live in sub-Saharan Africa. An estimated 50% of out-of-school children of primary school age in conflict-affected areas, at least 175 million boys and girls up to the age of 5 are not enrolled in early childhood. And globally, there has been little progress in the percentage of primary school teachers who are trained. It has been stagnating at about 85% since 2015. So the proportion is lowest in sub-Saharan Africa. We're talking about more or less 64%. So data released by UNESCO show that globally at least 750 million young people and adults still do not know how to read and write, while the UN indicates that 617 million young people worldwide still have no basic math and literacy skills. So, my dear friends, this is a great endeavor that we must share. This is a common goal for our common future. So this is why we must connect a lot of ideas and variables in order to go ahead with these transformations. For instance, we must understand that education and business must be connected. So education, of course, is a fundamental human right. It is indispensable for the achievement of sustainable development. But of course, we also need strong leadership by business that can help unlock necessary investments to ensure quality learning opportunities for all children and adults. And the business case to invest in education can range from improving brand leadership to developing capacity of future employees and building a more diverse employee pipeline. So education can help address the mismatch between skills of the available workforce and job vacancies. And this is very important for our students that are now in higher education organizations and institutions worldwide. So education is often a local issue which require businesses to work within local education systems, but also require adequate politics by governments from all countries. So, my dear friends and my dear colleagues, let us remember that 170 million people could be lifted out of poverty if all students learned basic reading skills. So this is our task, my dear colleagues. This is our major endeavor.
Hello? Doctor, are you still there?
Hello?
It's like he's being kicked out.
No, he's here only. He's in the meeting. He's sharing a screen. I think some
Technical issue.
yeah.
Okay, we can. I think he's almost rounding up. We'll get to the next speaker.
Yes. So our next speaker is from India, Professor Dr. Suraya Banu from India. Are you there, Professor Dr. Suraya Banu?
Yes. Very good evening. This is Dr. Suraya Banu from Chhattisgarh, India. I am working as an assistant professor. It's 29 years in the field of computer science and also working as a social activist, International Peace Ambassador, Global India. Today, my topic is gender equality, SDGs 5. In the words of
Louis is, and I don't, he has not stopped sharing his screen. Okay.
This is not my screen.
You can share now.
You can share now. Surya ji, आप share कीजिए. Now you are present.
मैं शेयर नहीं कर पाऊंगी, सिस्टम में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. I will just speak.
Okay. No problem.
No problem. Go ahead.
In the words of Kofi Annan, gender equality is more than a goal in itself. It is a precondition for meeting the challenge for reducing poverty, promoting sustainable development, and building good governance. लैंगिक समानता अपने आप में एक लक्ष्य से बढ़कर है. यह गरीबी को कम करने, सतत विकास को बढ़ावा देने और सुशासन के निर्माण की चुनौती को पूरा करने के लिए एक पूर्ण शर्त है. What does gender equality mean and why it is important? Gender equality is when people of all genders have equal rights, responsibilities and opportunities. But everyone is affected by gender inequality. Women, men, trans and gender diverse people, children and families. It impacts people of all ages and backgrounds. The main point of gender equality requires equal enjoyment by women and men of socially valued goods, opportunities, resources and rewards. Where gender inequality exists, it is generally women who are excluded or disadvantaged in relation to decision making and access to economic and social resources. Top issues fueling gender inequalities in the workplace are unequal pay. On average, American women are more educated than men, sexual harassment, racism. Women are promoted less often than men, fear of asking to be paid what you are worth. In the words of Nelson Mandela, freedom cannot be achieved unless women have been emancipated from all forms of oppressions. And he also said, we can change the world and make it a better place. It is your hands to make a difference. Now the question arises, how can we promote equality? We have some tips to promote equality and diversity in our organization. Identify and prevent unconscious bias. We all have unconscious biases. Put equality policies in place. Mind your language. Use objective criteria. Be proactive. Get advice if needed. Watch out of indirect discriminations. Then what are the social inequalities? The social inequalities is an area within sociology that focuses on the distribution of goods and burden in society. This is the degree to which a person's social background, defined by their parents, social class or economic status, influences that person's opportunities in life. Then the question arises, what are the main causes of social inequality? The key factors are unemployment or having a poor quality job, as this limits access to a decent economic and cuts people off from social networks. low levels of education and skills because this limits people's ability to access decent jobs to develop themselves and participate fully in society. The major examples of social inequality include income gap, gender inequality, healthcare, and social class. In the words of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, I measure the progress of a community, the progress made by the women of that community. मैं किसी समुदाय की प्रगति उस समुदाय की महिलाओं ने जो प्रगति हासिल की है उससे मापता हूँ. Then how can we stop gender inequality? Creating awareness for gender equality in our villages, cities, nearby areas, society, etc. Promoting human rights by supporting media events for girl child, complaining to police if we witness any sex determination test by taking strict action against gender inequality. At last, I want to share the nice thought said by our Prime Minister Honorable Sri Narendra Modi ji. Individual efforts can bring excellence, but only collective efforts can deliver effectively. व्यक्तिगत प्रयास उत्कृष्टता ला सकते हैं, लेकिन सामूहिक प्रयास ही प्रभावी ढंग से वितरित कर सकते हैं. Thanks a lot. I want to the heartiest thanks to Dr. Pradeep and all team for giving me such a beautiful opportunity on this day. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. You're great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, Dr. Leisha.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful input on SDGs. That's why we are here for, and sharing our nuggets of wisdom with all of us here. So we are going to thank you so much for that wonderful, insightful presentation, and we are going to move to the next speaker. And the next speaker is Professor Dr. Wasif Yusuf, all the way from Tunisia. Are you here, sir? Okay. He said that he's going to join in 30 minutes time. Okay, we are going to move to the next speaker.
No, he's there. Wait.
Okay.
He's saying he will take 30 minutes.
30 minutes. No, it's not possible. Just 10 minutes, sir. Because we have a lot of speakers that is waiting. And this is just the half of the speakers, those that have spoken so well, that have presented their...
Wasif, are you there, Dr. Wasif?
Yeah. Could you please raise your hand up so that we can add you as a presenter?
Yes, he's my good friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's already made presenter and he is sharing the screen. I think.
Alright.
He's a well experienced man.
Okay. The ICISDG mic and stage is all yours now, Doctor.
Yes. Hello, Dr. Wasif, please unmute yourself.
Is he still there?
Hello? Dr. Wasif, are you there?
His mic is not working actually.
Oh,
It's my
yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's there.
His mic is not working. His mic is not detecting by the computer.
Okay. Just unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
His mic is disabled on his computer actually. He need to fix up the problem. Sir, please plug in the headphone once again. Just unplug and plug in the headphone once again.
You are not audible, sir.
We can't hear you.
His computer is not supporting the headphones.
And let him, he can move his headphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Unmute yourself, brother.
Yes.
Yes, now you are with me.
Sorry for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It didn't happen. It's one
Well,
of the
7, too fast. Don't worry.
Okay, go ahead, doctor.
Yes, thank you. Let me check, please. Dr. Pratik, let me check our screen.
Yes, please. The stage is yours.
Okay, I don't found the list.
One of presenter.
I can't check.
I think now you have joined from another device.
No, the same.
Earlier your screen was sharing. You were able to share the screen. We have seen your screen.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
No, what is the best like? My screen is visible.
No, sir.
Not visible. No, sir. Your screen is not visible.
What visible?
Even your camera is not visible now. Your camera is not on.
Share. Yes, I will make, please. But I don't know what is my screen. Now is the shared or no? Sorry?
Yes, your camera is visible. Now, please share your screen.
Now. Sorry, share it or no? Yes. I found it. Sorry for this, losing for this 7. This is the topic. Sorry for this, and thank you another time, and thank you once again for this opportunity, innovation, and SDG. Special for this meeting. Am I audible, Dr. Pratik? Dr. Pratik?
Yes, sir, you are audible. You are 100% audible. Now you can start.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Special for this topic and SDG 6, and just I will begin not to very fast. We have a lot of things, and we have a lot of many information
written and published by United Nations and special by United Nations program for SDG goals. What is about? When it is launched, this program is launched for the health and the well-being for humans in all over the world. And especially, we believe that SDG goals, no frontiers, no religion, no countries, or all over the world, is a worldwide program. That's why we are here, especially for water. And what is the important thing for water? Many topics are saying, and we have a lot of many things really in internet. Just to make a search for Google, we can find a lot of publication. What is about? When we start this program with 17 goals, imagine SDG UN publication, 8 million publication in only 5 years. But we have a lot of missing and no issues for many goals, especially for this 9. The quality of education, and we have a lot of amazing things, and special when they say and speak about our speaker when they speak about the SDG 4, the gender equality, and we will speak also the report for 2020, economic growth, what happened for many countries, especially for innovation, infrastructure, and industry. If in this COVID we have reduced inequality or no, and what is happening for the consumption and production, if we are with or against climate action, what about peace, and no need to speak about partnership on special goals. When it launched, the idea for UN Nation program is not new, but it began in 1987 in Brundtland report. That means 35 years previous. But in every Rio World Summit, they speak about, until in Rio COP 2011, they speak about why not to make a big program, not to launch and to have many suggestions, many requirements for each summit. Why not to make 15 programs? And that's why when we have the UN Nations program, 17 goals, all we know about from 1 to 7. And for this, we have 10 big pillars. We have some goals that depend on chemical, communication, energy, engineering, financial, maybe manufacturing, professional service, retail, and a lot of technology. That's why. And the level for every country is not the same. That's why the reach and the rank for realization for this SDG goals program is not the same and is not equitable for all the country in the same level, because damage we have poor and rich country. We speak a lot of health, especially for this COVID, who makes a lot of disturbance for all our SDG goals and all our life. Not to choose, because when there is a pandemic like COVID, all the other goals are missing. Only we have to provide and to invest in health. No need to choose other goals before health. That's why what we made for 2 years in this COVID. Especially for this, we focus on that. But the main reason, no one behind. It is true or no, we will see. Especially for this climate action, we should accelerate the climate action for the positive way, not the negative. In 2020, we celebrate the 75th birthday for United Nations, but now we are speaking about SDG 500, not SDG 17. What is the public and the global policy network? That means all should work together and all citizens should be in sustainable development certificate, like the certification for citizens, SDG development goals, like we have to make English or another language. Especially for business adventure, the global goals, no need and no ask for only one country. Especially for that, our planet until now is waiting. What are we? In Atlas, we make a lot for World Development Indicator in 2020, the big Atlas and the real He make a summary for the 8 million publication for the United Nations. We have another atlas published also in 2018, a lot of many other publications. But United Nations publish and drive, but country and government don't follow. They don't have the time to read. Our planet, unfortunately, until now is waiting. Where are we? And especially for this, we have a lot of many goals for prosperity, for dignity, for justice, and especially for our planet. If you are the good citizen for this planet or no, this is the main question. What about our SDG 6? SDG 6 is to make clean water and sanitation. We make a lot of data information, financial for program, innovation, governance, but many, until now, 3 billion people worldwide, they lack of basic hand washing facility at home. Special for this COVID, only for 2 years. This is the result for report 2020. 3 in 10, they lack for safely managing drink water service. Imagine in 2022, we have 3 out, 30% or 33% of the population, they lack for access for safety. Billions still lack of water and sanitation service. And we will see the impact. In this COVID, especially the drastic reduction in human activity, may be a chance for ocean and the sea to make the recuperation, but damage is not the case. What about also this report, sustainable development, especially for the clean water and sanitation? This is the purpose and for all our life. But we have a lot of land degradation for this, special for this COVID, only 2 years. Where are we? This is we have in Africa. In Africa too, they suffer from many. We have also, they make to put just to make water. Look, suffering. This is in all over the world. In Africa, in Asia, even in America. Where we are. This is water. And this is the clean water and sanitation. This is also what people need to make. And especially for women. And looking and searching for water or to make equitable or gender equitability or maybe internet or education. Look, people, this is maybe mass media and no TV show us this. Where are people drinking for? This is a new one. All those photos are from 2020. People are suffering to search and to look for drinkable water. Look, young, all the family are suffering. This is what is land degradation. Land degradation in all over the world, not special for one continent. He is amazing and thinking, where are we? Look, either pets and animals and humans are suffering from this degradation. And look, imagine, and we should think about when you saw such a person drinking like that. This is the water cycle, but an amazing disturbance for this water cycle. And thank you very much for this. Professor Dr. Wassif, PhD Nutrition from Tunisia. Thank you for your attention. I don't take that.
Yeah, well-planned presentation. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Saki?
Thank you so much, Doctor, for that wonderful presentation. And let's move on to the next presenter. The speaker is Alexandru, all the way from Romania. Are you here?
Yes, I heard you. Do you hear me? And also, do you see my screen?
Yes, we can. It's too fast to share the screen.
So I can start, I think.
Yes, you can start.
Okay. Please, you have just 10 minutes. Do not exceed that.
Okay, I will start.
The stage is yours.
Sorry?
The stage is all yours now.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Mikhail from Romania, and today I will present something about energy in the topic of the conference. First of all, why I choose this subject. One key word is environment. I think the pollution is a real big problem today. Another keyword is efficiency. To be serious, everyone wants when they make something to be more efficient, to be the best of the best. And not at least, profitability, because, okay, we talk about energy, let's try to make like a business. Let's try to be better in economical stuff. Now, in all of these keywords, I think sustainability is a solution. What is exactly the notion? Is the quality of an anthropic activity to be carried out without exercising the available resources? Or better, we can say, is a balance between economical growth and environmental protection and finding alternative resources. We can see better in this figure that is the intersection between activity of people with environment and also to make some profit. Now, in this figure we can see total global primary energy consumption by fire from 3 years ago. The majority percent are from oil. Next one is coal and natural gas. After we can see nuclear, hydro and other renewable resources. Now, what does clean energy mean? Clean energy is energy gained from sources that we do resist air pollutants, while green energy is energy derived from natural sources. To be more clear, clean energy can clear the air, green energy is from natural resources, and renewable energy recyclable sources. Now, why is this domain so important? One of the most important aspects of clean energy is about global energy future. Why clean? Renewable resources also preserve the world's natural resources. They also reduce the risk of environmental disaster. With fuller diversification, for example, different power plants using different energy sources, it is possible to create reliable power supplies to enhance energy security, ensuring there is enough to meet our demands. Now, I made research in this project, a case study on economical path of energy. I take biogas plant, photovoltaic solar panel, and wind turbine. The main percentage of renewable energy from the previously diagram. I take the analysis in comparative way of some economical parameters like cost of installed kilowatt, annual production, green certificate, price without subsidy, and estimated receipts. This number I put in a table to be easier to understand. And in my research, I take with blue color situation, the bad or maybe the worst situation, and with yellow color, the best situation. We can see that the winner is the biogas plant. For example, I make all the study about the potential sector in Romania, my country. Also, I made a graphic to understand better this type of situation using this type of color in biogas, solar panel, and wind turbine. Now, if we put in balance these advantages and advantages, we can see there are a lot of advantages, like efficiency, faster payback, help with the decarbonization process, environmental conservation. Also, we have some disadvantages, not so much, but I think it is big problem, like longer time, for example, to make a feasibility study, and also the higher cost of the first phase, like maintenance. Now, some suggestions and recommendation. First of all, the problem, one of the main problems is pollution. Let's try to make a clean environment, because from this we have all the resources and we don't know what will happen in the future without this. Another thing from pollution, it will follow danger things. Let's try to make from this, to see these dangerous things like challenges and try to help us and also the people around us, and make some beneficial business like entrepreneurship in green energy sector. Another thing which is very important, not only here, in general, informing the correct ways the population. Using this, I think we will achieve better future. In the final, I want to finish with a quote of Nobel Prize winner Dan Shekhar, who said, "Sustainability requires human ingenuity. People are the most important resource." Thank you for your audience, and if you have questions, I can answer.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. You know why? You deserve a drum roll. You were on time. That's how it's supposed to be. Please let's keep it like that, okay? And the next speaker is please we really need that resource. You paste all the speakers that have spoken today that presented. We need your materials, okay? We have participants, those that really want to go through all these materials or resources. The next speaker that will be invited to the stage now is Her Excellency Dr. Priti Patel from India. Ma'am, the ICI SDG stage is all yours now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please allow me to share my screen. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
My screen is visible to all?
Yes, yeah, it's coming up.
Yes. Thank you. Decent work, employment creation, social protection, rights at work, and social dialogue represent integral elements of the new 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development.
It's coming up.
More.
Screen is not visible.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's network.
No, it's visible. It's visible. Preeti ma'am, it's visible. You can continue.
Yeah.
All right. Furthermore, crucial aspects of decent work are broadly rooted in the targets of many of the other 16 goals. Greetings to all from Delhi, capital city of India. I am Preeti Patel, Global Ambassador for India Congratulations to all the panelists. Dr. Prateek, Mr. Naveen Gupta. Namaskar. Sustainable development has been the overarching goal of the international community since the UN Conference on Environment and Development in 1992. Amongst numerous commitments, the conference called upon governments to develop national strategies for sustainable development, incorporating policy measures outlined in the Rio Declaration and Agenda 21. Despite the efforts of many governments around the world to implement such strategies as well as international cooperation to support national governments, there are continuing concerns over global economic and environmental developments in many countries. These have been intensified by recent prolonged global energy, food, and financial crisis, and underscored by continued warnings from global scientists that society is transgressing several planetary boundaries, or what we know as the ecological limits. With governments today seeking effective way to lead their nations out of these related crises, whilst also considering these planetary boundaries, green economy in its various forms has been proposed as a means for catalyzing renewed national policy development and international cooperation and support for sustainable development. The concept has significant international attention over the past few years as a tool to address the 2008 financial crisis, as well as one of the two themes for the 2012 UN Conference on Sustainable Development. Since then, this has resulted in a rapidly expanding literature, including new publications on green economy from a variety of influential international, organizational, national governments, think tanks, experts, non-government organizations, and the other. Secondly, tourism is one of the world's fastest growing industries and an important source of foreign exchange and employment, while being closely linked to the social, economic, and environmental well-being of many countries, especially the developing countries. Maritime or ocean-related tourism as well as coastal tourism are, for example, vital sectors of the economy in small island developing states, SIDS, and coastal least developed countries, LDCs. The World Tourism Organization defines sustainable tourism as tourism that takes full account of its current and future economic, social, and environmental impacts, addressing the needs of visitors, the industry, the environment, and the host communities. In the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, SDG 8.9 aims to, by 2030, devise and implement policies to promote sustainable tourism that creates jobs and promotes local culture and products. The importance of sustainable tourism is also highlighted in the SDG target 12B, which aims to develop and implement tools to monitor sustainable development impacts for sustainable tourism that creates jobs and promotes local culture and products. Tourism is also identified as one of the tools by 2030 increase the economic benefits to small island developing states and least developed countries, also targeting SDG 3, 5, and 10. Alright, so here I conclude, no one left behind is at the core of the Sustainable Development Agenda for 2030. And if economic growth is to build a fairer world, it must be inclusive. This is the idea behind Goal 8, which aims to sustain an economic growth rate of 7% for the least developed countries by 2030 and achieve full and productive employment for all men and women, eradicating all inequalities. Namaskar. That is all from my side.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Wonderful.
If you have any questions.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Yeah, very planned, wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Have you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Priti, for being brief and very insightful presentation. Thank you so much. Keep it up. And the next, please let's keep it that way. The next speaker that will have the stage now is Dr. Kami Sharan, all the way from India. Doctor, the ICISDG stage and mic is all yours now, sir.
Yeah, namaste, Navin ji, UKMM, and Pratik sir ji.
Namaste, sir.
Yeah.
You can share the screen and you can start.
Yeah. I request to Pratik sir to kindly share it.
Yes, tell me your goal or topic, because I have many PPTs now.
Yeah, industry innovation and sustainability.
Okay.
Industry, innovation and infrastructure, that is.
Okay. You WhatsApp me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wait a minute.
PPT and PDF both are circuit, just check it out. Anyone will, you can, no problem.
Is that got? Can you send it once again?
Yeah, today I sent it. Just check it. In the evening I sent it.
Just say,
Shall I ping you?
just say hi to sir so that it will be visible. Just say.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, because I'm receiving too many messages.
Yes. So many messages. Just I will put it. Yeah, I sent it, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, maybe before you could just get that, maybe another speaker should just have the stage.
No, yeah. Just wait.
Right.
Please, yes.
Yeah.
Just wait, Dr. Unji. Yes. Who's that? Yeah.
Okay, you will present. Okay, no problem.
Got
Am I
it.
clear for you, sir? Yeah.
Yes, got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right. So myself, Dr. Kalicharan Rath, I'm working as an associate professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. GIT University is a technical state university. The good thing based upon the sustainable development goals is the most important, and out of 17 goals, all goals are interrelated to each other and each one is important for the sustainability. This is the one goal which is the most important for the growth of the industry in the economic manner, and we all have to support it with the based upon the goal number one, your education, development, as well as the skill development, right? So industry, innovation, infrastructure, these three are the most important thing nowadays for the sustainable of the society, and it will change the lifestyle of the society also. These steps further build related to the residential infrastructures and promote inclusive and sustainable of industrialization. Infrastructure and innovation. Innovation is the idea, infrastructure is the platform. Infrastructure not only focus to the building but also the communication system. Industry means where we are trying our idea to a physical product, to a live product. That is the industry. We are developing the product, we are producing the product, we are manufacturing the product, and we are supplying the product to the customer at the right time with the economical price. And at the same time, we are focusing on the environment and the climate based upon the chemical products, based upon the environmental temperature, heat transfer by the industries, which will generally affecting on the environment. That also we are now investigating under control, that how minimization we have to do it, so that the industrial effect will not hamper the environment, which is the most important thing for the living life. And this will over a half of the one population also that is living in the cities, mass transportation as well as the renewable energy utilization is the most important and challengeable for all the scientists and for the technical peoples, how we will use the more renewable energy in our life, in our work, in our day-to-day home applications also. So this infrastructure provides the basic physical systems and the structural essential operation to the society. For the development of industries, only the machinery equipment are not sufficient. We have to develop the entrepreneur. We have to focus not only through town, but also we have to focus on the bottom part of the earth, that is known as your rural area, rural village peoples. So how the rural people will develop? Because the rural people, there are so many assets with the rural, and the rural peoples are now cheated by the educators, by the, you can say that industrial persons, how to prevent them from them. That means my point is not to all, point is that to the cheating society. So we have to educate them, we have to skill them, we have to train them how they can utilize their asset, how they can utilize the rural, you can say that the products to the right economic manner, and it can be utilized properly. So for that, the industries for the sustainability is the most important, because the main raw material have to come from the particular, not a single place, but it have to come from the different corners of the country, of the nation, of the area. So there must be an social impact. So we have to focus on the society here, right? We must have to focus on the society, how the society will develop. Society not only developed by a single country, it must have to develop with the entrepreneurs, and we have to generate the entrepreneurship through the entrepreneurship platform. And we also have to focus the business strategy of the small, medium and large scale industries. And we have to focus on the economic viability. At the same time, the adaptability and the capacity to deliver by the industry to the society have to focus. So through the innovation, with the skill, with the advanced analytics and digitalization, electrification and process efficiency, with the minimum climate effect by the industry, that must have to be planned globally in an economic manner, in a perfect manner, in a smooth manner. This can be achieved, and the target must be to reduce the minimum energy. That means the consumption must be minimum, and that must be coming from the renewable use of the energy. Use the material. Now so many researches we are carrying out here and there by the academicians, by the research fellows, by the industrial peoples, that which are less energy intensive, and improve the production process with the quality. The switch to alternative and the renewable energy sources must have to utilize in a day-to-day life as well as the industrial purposes. Switches must be from the toxic to the non-toxic material, because climate is hampering. So we have to save the climate, which alternately save the life. So based upon that, the sustainability target I fixed from 6 to 7 goals that must have to follow it up for the sustainability of your industries, infrastructures, through the innovation process. So first target will be the develop sustainable, resilient and inclusive infrastructure with focus, and we have to work with the regional and transport infrastructure to support the economic development and human well-being. And we must have to focus on affordable and equitable access for all, not to a single person, not to a single point. We have to develop the communication in the village. If we will observe, now in the pandemic time, everybody told that online classes, but have you ever thought that how a village student will get the communication? Never. The village will suffer. Like that, so many villages suffer. So how much education lost in that particular time, in this pandemic duration? The education hampered. And one education will hamper, then it will destroy the society, because it will blast as a bomb. If education collapses, the country will collapse. So we have to concentrate on this one more and more. And most important part of the nation is the education. Second target, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization. So by focusing to the target 2030, every nations now is get ready to work with together with a team which can secretly rise up the industry shares, which focus on the gross domestic products in line with the natural circumstances. Double its share in the least developed country. Where is the least developed country? Now the industries in the worldwide over, they wanted to start their business by doubling their share market. Now, target number 3, increase access to financial services and markets. That also you have to focus. And increase access of small scale industries and other enterprises must have to rise. Else, the total process will collapse. So we have to focus not only the big tech industry, we have to start as an enterprise and we have to focus the small scale and medium scale industries to run it. And to financial service including affordable credit and their integration into the value chain and the market. The fourth target will be upgrade all industries and infrastructure for sustainability. How? They have to use resources, use efficiently, no wastage. We have to decrease the waste, adopt the smart industrial processes, and integrate the business system through the digital technology. And for the digital technology, starting from the education level to the working person on the industry must have well skilled and well trained. That we have to focus through the education system. Greater adoption of the clean and environment sound technology that have to take care. My target number 5, focusing for the sustainability of the society through the industry infrastructure is that enhance the research and upgrade industrial technology. The gap between education and the industry is time to time is increasing. So we have to minimize that one by collaborating the institute with the industries. And the student must have to visit the industry and industry people will call by the academic institute for an interaction that what environment the industries is running. How the industry is running and what is their demand, what kind of skill they want based upon that one our curriculum must have to fix. Else the education system will not touch or synchronize with the industry or with the society what the society need or the requirement is there. Now facilitated for the sustainable infrastructure must be through the communication system. And we have to design and plan in such a manner that this total system will be not affect the environment. If you will focus that more communication 5G, 6G, they will come. They have a more coming effect on the environment. So we have to find out the solution, those science and technology developing, but its effect or its, you can say that the dangerous or negative point is also coming to the environment and the society is more. How to rectify that one, that we have to must have to focus, else collapse will be there, else so many problems will generate. And the 7 number point is the development of information and communication technology that already I discussed in the digital one, that significantly increase access to information and communication technology. Provision of universal and affordable access to the internet. Target number 8, now support domestic technology development and industrial diversification. That support to domestic technology development, research and innovations, industries must be diversification and it must have a value addition to the commodity. That is the main goal. Now in the conclusion, I can be able to say only the 2 points, that access to innovative solution, every person must have to think and see the dream and try to start from the game and give a life to the project. So access to innovation, this is the innovation. Innovation will start from a normal talk, from a game, from a just as a, you can say that a toy, then after you will modify that one towards the product. So innovation solution and sustainable infrastructure, infrastructure building, infrastructure coming from the road, coming for the communication and networking system is a key part of the more equitable world. So let us work together on this sustainable development goals, which will help make our world a more sustainable place to live where we can enjoy. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Kali, for that a wonderful presentation. It's very insightful. The targets, and it's all the targets that are on point. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that peaceful presentation. So the next speaker is Dr. T.P. Are you here? Taskuma, all the way from India. Professor Dr. T.P. Taskuma, okay, you are here. The stage is yours now, sir. You have a minute.
Namaskaram.
Namaskar, sir.
We are on with the 21st SDG skills, the International Human Rights, Peace and Anti-Corruption Foundation. SDG discussions. I must thank my sister, Dr. Chief, for inviting me for this program. Thank you, Naveenji and Pradeepji, for hosting it. I wanted to speak on the general philosophy of SDG, but forcefully my sister wanted me to talk on SDG 9 because technical people always find putting them in some boxes. I am a technical person, I'm basically a mathematician, so I love numbers. But off late I left my job from the Space Department of India. I have become more sustainable. The sustainable development, the universal agenda, the social, economic and environment dimensions. I was attending most of the lectures. If you look at number 4, education is covered maximum because generally blah 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 speakers are all from academics. And they find reasons for repeating the same thing because they have been repeating same thing on and off in their life. So it's not boring for them. I thought I will cover some of the targets of 9, but my brother Kali Charan has done it thoroughly. He is a professor, he is an associate professor in one of the colleges. I am not a professor. Never I became a professor. I became director of academic staff colleges. So I was teacher for most of the time. Telling teachers don't speak too much. That was my job.
Okay.
And we have 17 SDGs, 169 targets. It's very easy for everyone to speak about it. And unfortunately, we are talking about those goals and targets after 7 years of implementation. And we have another 8 more years to go. See the pathetic situation. The world is discussing about SDGs after 7 years of its existence. We are looking at what to be done. People keep talking about the centuries, 21st century. I am deadly against it because world runs much faster, not in centuries in this time, because world is running very fast. So we should not talk about centuries, we should talk about decades. We should talk about every year, new things. UNDP came, everybody has forgotten, most of the, maybe 90% of the population in the world never heard about the UNDP. Therefore, in 2015, people started renaming it as SDG, and we are discussing it about after 7 years, almost 1 decade is over. We are in the 3rd decade of 21st century. I keep saying we are in 3, 2, 1 in the world. Many focuses. What is to be done? Poverty, hunger, most of the problems are there, which are not yet solved. And we are talking about SDG 9, resilient infrastructure. When I was asking me to put from attendees to the speaker level, Naveenji answered saying that we had a lot of problems. I was so glad to listen to that. I wanted that message from Naveenji. And we are talking about in the SDG 9, resilient infrastructure. What is resilient? How are you able to troubleshoot as fast as you can? And we are not able to troubleshoot. We are not able to see pictures in front of us when we are talking. And we say it is a multimedia team has got a lot of facilities, but we are not able to use it because we are not able to recover the problems and difficult conditions as fast as we can. If we are not able to do, think about 99% of the population who are not even connected to such facilities in the world. And we still keep talking about resilient infrastructure. Africa has problem, India has problem, most of the countries have problem. I heard from Zimbabwe, Kenya, Iran, all of them are connecting a net problem, digital problem, internet problem. I understand. I was talking to some of the countries in Africa to talk to them on MOOC, massive open online courses. And when I called 40 people, only 2 people could join. The problem is the internet is so costly and they are so poor, they are not able to attend the schools, they are not able to get it. Naveen ji, we are living in a world where we are not able to connect. The so-called high level people are not able to connect. And Muttanaya is a good friend of mine from Indonesia. She talked about cyberology, digital vaccine, and you can imagine a place called Indonesia, Philippines, Egypt, Iran, India. Forget about the people, because those who are able to connect, they are able to connect because they are in the city. But 99% of the people are not able to connect to internet. I am from a small village from Kerala. Now I am living in Hyderabad. I have not visited 2 years my village because I will not be able to get connected. There are no internet, no electricity most of the time. So we understand this is the situation in which we are talking about sustainable development. Whose sustainability? There are 2 movies which came last year, 2021. One is on cowspiracy, another one is on seaspiracy. If you don't understand the economics of the world, you can't understand how much rice costs when it comes on your plates. And we talk about environment. We talk about rationing. Then it's much more costlier than what you pay. The price is different and the cost is different. So SDG need to be understood in a sustainable way. Sustainability is how are you able to make it happen, not for us. Goal number 1 is end poverty. Unless we make it mechanized, we will not be able to produce large. Once we wanted to produce large, we use a lot of fertilizer. So we are actually hampering the health of the people. So the second goal, agriculture, and the first goal, end poverty. They are related. And when we talk about the well-being, number 1, 2 is connected to the third one. When your food is proper, physically is taken care of, then only you can think about the brain, intellectual. First Madhya Pradesh has to be clean, then only Uttar Pradesh comes into play. Right? And in between we have the heart, which makes us well-being, happy. How can you be happy when the stomach is not filled? How can you be happy when the intellect is not, the brain is not connected? So I keep saying the Maslow's principle is the whole world. Physical, emotional, intellectual, then social. Then we can talk about how do I share how do I have concern with the people around the globe and all that. The gender equality and all is a bigger problem for people who have got food in their plate. If there is no food, then that is the first problem. So water, sanitation, all these are big problems. But the energy concept, electricity is a big problem, connectivity is a big problem, and we have to build that infrastructure where we are able to connect to everybody in the world. Now we are talking about 5G. Understand, the world is talking about 5G when 80% of the people are not even connected to 2G. This is the social environment in which we must discuss. Avidya, Bharatiya Shastram, the traditional Indian knowledge says, for us to maintain our life and get a job, we need what is called avidya. And savidya is what the humanity, wisdom which you want to share. That comes in the social aspect, 10, 11, 12, 13. All these goals, if you look at it, we say how do we become safe, how do we share, how to combat the environment, all this need to be understood. When we promote the peace around, it gets in the highest level of spirituality. And if that cannot be understood, the Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam concept, Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu, the Bharatiya Shastra, the global partnership, the sustainable development in the true sense, totally inclusive. The inclusiveness is Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. Everybody is my family. My sister from America, my sister from Africa, my sister from Zimbabwe, everybody need to be connected, equally considered for sharing. So much of environment, so much of land resources, so much of wealthy land, but it is not being used for their life concerns and progressing if you call it as becoming happier, for which I am sure the SDG 9, which aims at building resilient infrastructure and promoting sustainable sustainable industrialization. The industrialization should not be to create something for the temporal, but for a longer term, and for which you need foster innovation. How do innovation happens? Only when the education becomes highly innovative. But today's education has become just for the brain mucking up and inputting. We need to revamp the whole system to understand, so that I'm sure the industrialization session, the goal number 8 connected to goal number 9, goal number 2 connected to goal number 9, goal number 7 connected to goal number 9, and goal number 11 is also connected to goal number 9. So probably that is the reason my sister Dr. Unshin put me into goal number 9. So I'm so happy that I could make some sense of connecting them together and talking to you that we need a decent work. We need a reducing inequality. If that doesn't happen, the inclusiveness will not happen, and inclusiveness is what is required when we talk about the goal number 9. Thank you for hosting me, and thank you for considering, for putting me into goal number 9 and then making my points. Though Kali Charanji was describing the whole thing, I was wondering what should I speak, but immediately I could make something out of heaven. Thank you and pronouns to each one of you.
It's really amazing. It's really amazing.
A drum roll for Prof. Thank you so much for that insightful analysis.
I hope we are resilient for the goal number 7 or 9, whatever you know. We adjust the problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that I will have now is Dr. Pratibha from India. Are you here?
No, she not there. Just call upon directly Busayo.
Busayo is.
Busayo?
He's not
Okay,
here.
Busayo,
He's not here.
Yeah.
He's
He
there.
was here. Busayo is there. Busayo, can you hear me?
No, he can't reply. Just raise your hand if you are here. Otherwise, because I am not able to find him.
Busayo?
Uh,
She's there. She's there.
She's
Okay.
Victoria.
Yeah, I tell you Victoria, yeah.
She is the one. Okay.
So you be added as a presenter?
Yeah, I made it presenter.
Okay. So, Busayo, the ICIS TV stage and microphone is all yours now. Please do not exceed 10 minutes, okay? Please, I know you are a global SDG, so please do not exceed beyond 10 minutes. All right. The stage is all yours now. Inspire us. All right. Nuggets of wisdom.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here. All protocols duly extended. I'm so glad to be here with everyone. So today I'll be sharing.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't see you as in your screen. You're sharing your screen.
Oh.
You're already a presenter.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, I was trying to share my document.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I'll be speaking to us on responsible consumption. And then we go to my file. Oh, so sorry, I can't lay my hand on my file. My file. Oh, so sorry. Even without my file, sorry, excuse me. I would have loved to share my screen. I really don't know why I'm not able to share it.
Up to now? You've already
let me quickly send my document to the WhatsApp platform. Maybe someone can share for me.
I really appreciate that because I would like everybody to benefit from the screen. Okay, quickly do that. So I'll quickly do that right now.
Or you can share in the chat window. I'll download and I'll share.
Do I need to? This is, you can send me your PPT if you want. I can share. Hello. Let me quickly share on the WhatsApp platform. Oh, done. Oh, sorry.
I think we can start with Miss Ha, so that till me.
Okay. Have you done that?
Yeah, she's on the desk. She's on the desk.
Okay. Okay, let someone take over while I sort that out. Okay, let's call upon the next speaker that we have the stage now is Hakim. Hakim all the way from Vietnam. The stage is all yours now. Please not exceed 10 minutes.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Musayo, could you please stop sharing?
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Kim and I'm from Vietnam. Now I would like to share about SDG number 13, climate action. So as you know, global climate change caused by human activity is occurring now and is growing threat to the society. So here are some few ways that humans are accelerating climate change, I think. First is greenhouse gases. It play a vital role in the Earth's climate cycles. As the planet gets hit with the sun rays, some of the energy is absorbed and the rest of the energy and heat is reflected into space. Greenhouse gases in the atmosphere trap the reflected energy, redirecting it back down to the Earth and eventually contributing to the global warming. Some of these greenhouse gases, such as water vapor, are naturally occurring. Others, such as CFCs, are synthetics. CO2 is released into atmosphere from both natural and human-made causes and is one of the leading contributors to climate change. And CO2 has been increasing at an alarming rate and has the potential to stay in the Earth's atmosphere for thousands of years unless it gets absorbed by the oceans, land, trees, and other resources. However, as CO2 production has steadily risen, the Earth's natural resources has absorbed as it has been diminished. It is already occurring in many ways at Earth's resources like deforestation, and some studies even predict that land and soil will be able to absorb less CO2 as the Earth continues to warm, possibly accelerating climate change even further. And the next factor is solar activity. Solar activity, as mentioned above, does play a role in the Earth's climate. When suns does go through natural cycles, increasing and decreasing the amount of energy that it emits to the Earth, it's unlikely that solar activity is a major contributor to global warming or climate change. Since scientists began to measure the sun energy hitting our atmosphere, and there has not been a measure of what trends. The next factor is agriculture. There are many significant ways in which agriculture impacts climate change, from deforestation in places like Amazon to transportation and livestock that it takes to support agricultural efforts around the world. So agriculture is responsible for a significant portion of the world's greenhouse gas emissions. And the next one is deforestation. Deforestation and climate change go hand in hand. Not only does climate change increase deforestation, not only does climate change increase deforestation by the way of wildfires and other extreme weather, but deforestation is also a major contributor to global warming. According to the Earth Day Network, deforestation is the second leading contributor to global greenhouse gases. Many people and organizations fighting against climate change point to reducing deforestation as one and if not the most important issue and must be addressed to slow or prevent climate change. Another factor which is very important is human activities. Human activities is the most significant contributor to climate change, as burning or fossil fuels or for electricity, heat and transportation. One of the factors, transportation is in the form of car, truck, ships, trains, and planes. It emits the largest percentage of CO2, speeding up the global warming and remaining a significant part of climate change. So, do you know that immediate effect of climate change, from melting glacier to more extreme weather patterns, people everywhere are now beginning to take notice of the real impact of climate change. While some nations around the world are taking action with many initiatives, many initiatives, still somewhere million tons of carbon are portioned into the atmosphere year after year. So while the long-term consequences are still to be seen for now, climate change continues to pose extreme weather as well as safety and economic challenges on a global scale. So with the long-term impact of climate change that we know on our health, on our ecosystem, and water and food resources, on the sea level rising, and shrinking ice sheets. So for me, the solution for climate change is very simple, but we can all do it. First one, we must take action on climate change. Make our voice heard by those in power. Enjoy a social movement or a campaign that focuses on environmental activities or get everyone talking about climate change. We should eat less meat and dairy products. We can buy our local food and products from sustainable sources. Eat fewer or smaller portion of meat, especially red meat, which has a greater environmental impact, and reduce dairy products or sweeten or non-dairy alternative. And the most, I think very one important thing is that plant a tree or some flower to have beautify the area around the house. Use public transportation for short distances as an alternative to riding car. Small changes to your behavior at home will help you use less energy, cutting down the carbon footprint and your energy bills. You can also replace light bulbs with LED or other low energy lights. And respect and protect green spaces. Create our own green spaces. Add or plant to our window, sill, or balcony, or if you have your own outdoor space. So don't replace grass with paving or artificial turf. Everything we use as consumer has a footprint, so we need to avoid it. And limit the use of plastic bags when shopping. So let's protect our environment. We are change makers, and let's take action now.
Thank you, Dr.
For your listening.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Hakeem, for this wonderful, insightful. Honestly, because of time constraint, we could have just allowed you to continue. Thank you so much for a wonderful input on this subject matter, and together we can achieve more. So the next speaker that I'll be calling to on stage is Professor Dr. Vedrana Sarek, all the way from Croatia. The stage is just now.
Wait. We can call now Usayo.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot, sir. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, maybe I can. Okay, do you have her material now?
Sharing the PPT.
Okay, you're sharing it. Okay.
Yes, done.
I forgot, honestly.
Okay.
I was carried away with Hakim's insightful input.
But she is not.
Okay.
She's on hold. Her network is not.
Exile, are you still there?
Victoria, she is on hold. I think network issue. So we can go with the.
Saya?
Professor Vardhana, if you can just raise your hand, I can find you. Oh, she's there.
Okay, she's back. She's back now.
She's back. Okay.
Yes. Just unmute yourself, Hussain.
And the next participant can just raise the hand so that we can make him in the queue.
You are mute. We can't hear you, Hussain.
Could you please unmute?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear now. We can hear now.
Yeah.
Now you are visible and audible. You can proceed.
Pleasure to be here. So right now that my screen is there, I'll be talking on responsible consumption and production, which is the Sustainable Development Goal. So now, responsible consumption and production. You can move the slide. Presentation is on responsible consumption and production. And my focus right now is on the 5 P's of Sustainable Development Goals. You can move to the next slide. So looking at the 5 P's of Sustainable Development Goals, you can see the people, the planet, prosperity. We can see the partnership, and we can see. So for the responsible consumption and production, we have and what is it about the planet? We want to ensure that the planet is, protect our planet's natural resources and climate for future generations. Now to responsible consumption and production. We all know it's one of the Sustainable Development Goals, which was established by the United Nations in 2015. And this is to ensure resources, improving energy efficiency, sustainable infrastructure, robust services, green and decent jobs, and ensuring a better quality for all. You can move to the next slide, please. And what is responsible consumption once again? Is the use of services. Move to the next slide, please. Thank you. The responsible consumption is the use of services and related products which respond to humanity's basic needs and provide people with a better quality of life. Now, what does this mean? This type of consumption minimizes the use of natural resources and toxic materials and reduces wasteful emissions so as not to jeopardize the needs of future generations. So what does this mean? We reduce the amount of emissions that we have in the environment, and this is necessary for everyone to understand what responsible consumption and production really is. The next slide, please. So the growing global population combined with unsustainable uses of natural resources is causing devastating impact on the planet. Like I said earlier on, the SDG 12, which is the responsible consumption and production, belongs to the planet from the 5 Ps, which is the focus of the sustainable development. And we should know that the global population, we don't take actions responsible about the natural resources, we keep on affecting our planet. And if we don't take on our planet, we don't have any other planet. This is the only planet that we have. We all understand what is happening globally, the climate change, the weather, the weather keeps changing. Like presently here, we don't know at this time of the year, and yet we are experiencing it due to the climate. Now, let me move on. Our planet has provided us with an abundance of natural resources, but we have not utilized them responsibly. And we consume far beyond what our planet can. And we must learn how to use and produce in sustainable ways that will reverse the harm that we have inflicted on the planet. We know how our actions, have affected the planet. Deforestation, felling of trees, we use plastic pollution that we get to experience. Many people get to buy plastics or plastics. All we have to do is attitudinal change by changing our attitude towards the planet. And how do we take the action? By being responsible, taking in cognizance how we consume the natural resources at our hand. So, who should make sure that we are able to achieve SDG 12? Everyone is concerned so that we can achieve SDG 12. Everyone can help to make sure that we meet the global goal. I will not want to take much of our time going through target. We need to understand that we need to reduce, reuse, and recycle. We need to take into cognizance how we achieve environmental, management of chemicals and all our waste. We need to reduce food losses. Many people we have issues with food. That is, we waste many of the food. People in agriculture, the transport system is bad, and yet many of the food substances, many of the food produce is lost through the bad transportation, and we don't believe even post-harvest losses. And we are talking about zero hunger, no poverty, and yet some people cannot even afford food. And these are the things that we need to take reduce, recycle, and we reuse our waste. And how do we let me quickly go on? But when our people know about, when they are aware about this SDG 12, responsible consumption and production, they will be able to change their lifestyle. Everybody needs to change their lifestyle. We can always reuse our waste. Like our plastic, we don't need to keep buying plastic at every point in time. We can always take our plastic and get whatever substance we need to fill in, and we can actually reduce our waste too. Our organic waste, we can make them into using them on our farm, which can be very useful on our farm. And what are the ways by which we can actually address SDG 12? And it is basically education. Education for sustainable development is a key driver and facilitator to contributing to the achievement of SDGs generally and the Agenda 2030. And I believe everybody will understand what Agenda 2030 is about. It's ensuring that we're able to achieve all these 17 goals by the United Nations. And we need to understand that we need to include integrating sustainable development issues such as climate change, biodiversity, and socio-economic inequality. We need peaceful society, and not the way by incorporating it into our teaching and learning. Many of us are educated